Hello, my name's John. This is my Deathwatch Space Marine Terminator Captain, and you're watching Wargames, Models, and Other Hobbies. So welcome back to part 2 of this video of me converting a Space Marine Terminator Captain for the Deathwatch. In the previous video, I quickly put together the model. I'll leave a link in the description for anyone who hasn't seen that. In today's video, I'm going to do some simple replacement of detail. So the iconography on the top, I'm going to replace with some iconography from the Deathwatch sprue, as well as a few little bits of belt detail I'm going to use from this Dark Angel sprue. I've also decided that the shoulder pad on the left shoulder here, I am going to replace with one of the Deathwatch shoulder pads as well, just to match the kind of in-keeping aesthetic of the Deathwatch. I'll then also work on the base. So to start with, what I'm going to do is clip off the shoulder pad where it's not needed. As my videos are normally real time, what I'm going to do is clip and trim this off camera because it may take some time, and then we'll come back to look at the other details. Okay, so I've trimmed off all of that shoulder pad so the Deathwatch pad will fit on nice and neatly. While doing it, I did have to take it off the model itself. So what I'm going to do before I stick it on, let's have a look at some of the other details that I want to change. So the first one is this top iconography. I have here just this little one here, the Deathwatch iconography there. I want to put that on, so let's carefully cut that off this sprue and tidy it up. I'm really enjoying getting back to this Deathwatch project. I do have so many projects on the go at once. It does sometimes become quite overwhelming, and I've come to the conclusion it doesn't matter. Don't worry. So it's my hobby, and if I'm doing lots and lots of different things all over the place, as long as I'm enjoying it, it doesn't matter. The minute you start worrying and you don't enjoy it, that's when you don't do it. So yeah, I don't worry that I've got loads of projects on. I am, though, consciously sorting out everything that I've got in my collection, so I can decide whether or not I want to keep certain items and just clear some space. This is moving around a little bit, but that's working quite nice. I need to push it back slightly. It's the benefit with the plastic glues, you can shift and adjust things while they go off. Okay, that's in place. So what I want to do, let's have a look at, from the Dark Angel sprue, a few of the little details on here. So I do already have another one of these shields that I'm going to include, but I think just on the belt I'm going to include this one, number 13, from the sprue. So let's trim that off. There are so many little details you can add to all of these models. So let's have a look at where this is going to sit. I'm going to do this all before I stick this arm back on, just because I want that arm to be nice and kind of nothing to knock it, so it's nice and stable when I glue it in place. Does that one actually work there? I think it does. Right, what I'm going to do, having second thoughts, nope, I'm going to go for it. So put glue on the back of it, and I'm going to grab my tweezers for this one. Ooh, careful of the top section. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, yeah, so there is just that little hint of Dark Angel iconography there. Obviously, there's the shoulder pad and stuff like that, but excuse me. Let's get this other arm back in place. So I kind of flood that with glue. I did originally worry that this plastic would not glue that well, but it actually glues far better than I was anticipating, so I'm not too worried about putting it back in place. Just got to make sure I hold it well while it glues on. Okay. So let's try and position this. And it is going to be a little bit awkward just because of the larger size of the new Terminators compared with the old ones. So this shoulder pad is going to sit in a slightly different position. That's okay. I might later on have to cover up a few little bits with maybe purity seals or things like that, but that's kind of gone on okay actually. That's sitting where I want it to. What I am going to do while it's sitting there, I'm actually going to tack it in place with glue there rather than take it off. Just going to tack it in places. And with the new Terminators, the shoulder pads are slightly lifted off in places, which works quite nicely. Yeah, for now that's okay. So there is, on this Power Fist from the original sculpt, there's like a wire that's going around or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but what I'll probably do is I'll dig out a purity seal to stick on the end there. But I just want to make sure that this holds in place, which it is doing. And then what I was thinking of doing, so it matches with the aesthetic of the Terminator Captains, where they have shields on either side. Thinking about sticking one of these on, but I do have this blank one with a purity seal on. Might go with that actually. And they do, yeah, this is the constant kind of the game of conversions. I don't want to put this one with the Dark Angel iconography on it on this side, because then you end up with lots of the same iconography, and I think it kind of overdoes it. Let me have a quick look in one of my bits boxes in case I have another option, because I do have quite a few different shields. So I do have this one, but I would like them both to match, and they are different shapes. But I do have a selection of shields here. There is. Trying to get this out of. There's that one. Those two match. So I'm not going to use the Dark Angel one. I've got two similar shields here that I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is this one is going to go onto this arm, or is it? Oops. Might put this one onto this one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's glue the one without purity seals on first, as this will give a little bit of an idea of location for the other one. Just dropped it, and there we go. Sorry, I'm moving slowly down off camera. Let's get back up into shot. So that is nice and tidy. Just knocked the top section off, which is a bit annoying, but we'll stick that back on again in a minute. Okay, that's the position that I'm looking for. What I need to do is just gently tack behind that, and also on the top banner, which wasn't quick enough. I've now knocked that off completely. It's okay, there we go. There we go, there's that all in place. So now this other one I want to position on this side. It's quite hard without a base to lay this down without knocking bits that I've done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off some of this stalk just so it's a little bit flatter, and then I think I've just put that in exactly the place that I want it. So what I need to do is run some glue underneath it. There we go. Put the lid on my glue carefully because I don't want to knock it over. The one thing worse than knocking paint over is knocking a thin plastic cement over. Oh, yeah, that is not glued in the right place. Let's try and get this to sit properly. As with all of my conversions, it is real time, just so you can see how long it takes to position things, kind of get it all laid out. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just dab a little bit of glue there. Right, so what I need to do, I need to look for a purity seal. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to put some purity seals just along the top of the power fist here. So we've got that little wire covered, just because I trimmed the top of it off a little bit when I was cleaning it up. Now, I could resculpt, but that's not the point of this conversion. So give me a second and let me look for some purity seals. So after a little look through some bits boxes, I did find one purity seal, and one is enough for what I'm looking for this. So let's put some glue on the back and carefully apply it in place. That's okay. Yep, I'm happy with that, yeah. Yeah, the purity seal is on the power fist rather than the shoulder pad, but it's a little bit of detail, that works fine. So what I've decided, I'm going to do the base in a third part for this series, so it's going to be a full 3 parts for making the model. In this episode, doing these little details. Next video, we're going to look at the base. If you've got any suggestions, please drop it in the comments. But for now, like I always do, I'm going to leave a few little photos in the end of the video so you can see exactly how it's gone together. But for now, all I can say is thank you so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies.